Hello, my loves. Welcome back to the I Think I Need Therapy podcast. It feels so good to be sitting in this chair talking to you all again. I have been taking some time away from the podcast recently. I have been extremely busy and extremely out of routine, I guess you could say. Just there's been a lot of different things going on, and I do want to start this episode off by giving you guys a little bit of a mental health update. And I hope that as I go through this update and I reflect on my own well-being in this past month, that you can also reflect on your own well-being and how you have been, and kind of just take this time as a reflection for yourself, because sometimes we don't reflect and we just get stuck in the go of life, and we get stuck in the cycles that we're in and all of that. So it's good to step back and reflect. But yes, I have been doing okay. I've been doing okay. I haven't been great, but I also haven't been like bad. I've just kind of been like, living. I've been living, and that is something. Yep. But I think if I had to rate my mental health right now from 1 to 10, I would say lowest being 1, 10 is being highest. Like low being like bad, I'm depressed and not well at all, to 10 being like the happiest ever, I'm feeling on top of the world, ecstatic, whatever. I would say I'm probably around a 4 or a 5. So that's what I mean, like I'm okay, I've just been working a lot, and to be quite honest, in this stage of life that I'm at right now, where I'm just home for the summer, I'm just home for 4 months before I go into my new life in the next stage of my life. I'm kind of in this odd transition period, and these odd 4 months where I'm just, trying to make some money and trying to make my way into my next stage of life, and just waiting for the moment where I can go to, move on. It's a very, very odd, difficult period for me. And typically I have this small little short break summer period, in between school years, where I'm just at home, I'm having fun, I'm relaxing, I'm either working or, just getting ready for the new year. And I always have something to expect for the next year, and it's kind of a very short time period. I normally only just have 2 months and then I leave again, but I've had 4 months this time, and it's been a lot more and it's been getting to me a lot more, just having this such a extended transition period. And I'm not going to lie, my work that I'm doing right now is not something that I fully enjoy, and it actually is deteriorating my mental health, if I'm being quite honest, which sucks because there's parts of my job that I do really enjoy doing, and I'm making money. That's the point of why I'm working, and it gives me benefits that are really great, but still I don't know, there's a lot of things to it that just are making me quite miserable. And I'm stuck in this cycle, which I realized how easy it is to get into when you work, that you're just stuck on this same patterns every single day, and you just go through the same cycle day in and day out. And that's kind of where I'm at right now, where I just wake up, I work, come home, go to sleep, wake up, work, come home, eat, go to sleep. And I'm exhausted and so tired, and then all I want to do is sleep. And because I'm prioritizing my sleep, I'm not having time to do anything else because I'm working and I'm sleeping and I get no days off. And it's just oh my goodness. Or on my days off, I'm filled with things that I have to do. And it's just been a lot. And I'm not complaining. And I don't want to come on here and seem oh my gosh, I hate my life and everything in it, like complaining about these things. It is a privilege that I get to work. It is a privilege that I get to actually make money and, not have a very hard job. I can't lie. It's not a difficult job at all that I have. It's pretty quite simple and easy, but there's parts of it, like I'm saying, that just do affect me a lot mentally and emotionally. And I think that's a main reason why I'm not doing so great and not having a set routine as well, where I'm including things for myself. It's kind of causing me to feel ungrounded. Like I don't feel like very grounded within myself and in my life right now. And I also feel kind of unhealthy in a lot of different ways and not fulfilled. And I was having this little breakdown the other day where I was just like, I do not enjoy my life at all right now. I don't feel like anything I'm doing in this little transition period is like fulfilling me in any single way. I'm not doing the things that I enjoy. I'm not doing the things that I love. I'm not doing anything that's like really making me happy other than when I spend time with my friends. And it's honestly making me reflect on like in the future how I don't want this to be my life. I don't want to get into a job. I don't want to get into a career that I just sucks the life away from me. And I don't want to spend my life working and not having a life. Not having a life that fulfills me and not having anything that like makes me happy and being stuck in a job that I don't enjoy. And I think that's something a lot of people do get into, or they're in a job that just makes them miserable and they don't actually enjoy, but they have to do because we have to work to pay the bills and pay everything, and just to live life and to survive we do have to work. And it's a whole cycle that I'm just like, oh my gosh, like why is there not another way? Like, why is there not a way that we can work and enjoy our lives? Why can't we find a job that fulfills us and that makes us feel great and have a life outside of it where we can spend time with family and friends and do things and have hobbies and everything? Like, so many people get stuck in this place where they don't have this life outside of work. And that just makes me sad. And that is just a life that I am living right now, and I do not want to continue to live for the rest of my life. So honestly, I'm kind of grateful. I'm kind of grateful that I'm going through this right now, and it's not something that's permanent. It's just kind of like this temporary position that I have in this temporary place that I am forced to be in right now, but I know I'm getting out of. And I'm so grateful to know right now and have this experience. So I know, like, okay, now when I'm getting into like my real career and my real life path, this is not what I want. This is not what I want for myself. And I'm glad that I'm not stuck in this right now. It's just something that I'm telling myself I just have to get through for these few months, and then I'm through it. And I will thank myself later for getting through. But the life I really would love, and that I'm realizing like why I'm not fulfilled and why I'm not feeling healthy, is because, like I said, I'm stuck in this like work, sleep, eat cycle. And the eating part of it isn't that intentional as I used to have. It's not as nourishing as I typically eat, and I'm not eating the foods that like are bringing me enjoyment or like making me feel like healthy and that I'm fueling my body properly. I'm just kind of eating to eat and eating whatever's there because I just have to eat. And with my history, that's really hard because even old eating disorder like beliefs and mindsets are kind of coming back, and I'm realizing that I still have a lot of work to do in that area of my life that I didn't realize I hadn't gotten through. Like I thought I had, rewired my brain and gotten to a point where I don't believe in good and bad foods, but now that I'm not eating as clean as I maybe was before, I'm like, oh my gosh, maybe these beliefs are still there, and it's really uncomfortable for me. So that's something else I'm trying to really work on and get through. But I mean, as well, I know my body, and I do want to put good food into my body, and I do want to put nourishing food into my body that energizes me and makes me like feel good physically. And I've been trying to have like a good balance, but it is also just really hard. It is really difficult. And maybe some people are listening to this like, wow, Annika, like you're really just getting into the like real world of adulting. And like, okay, like maybe I am, like that is true. But I don't want to live this way, if that makes sense. Like maybe like that's just the average way of living, of just being stuck in a work cycle where you don't really have hobbies or anything outside of it, and you just kind of eat like shit because you don't have time to make meals or anything. But no, I don't want to do that. Like I want to be able to move my body to enjoy my time outside of work. I want to enjoy my time in work, and I want to fuel my body with nutrients, and I want to have a fulfilling life. And I think that's something everyone should have. I don't think it should be normal to not enjoy your work and not be able to take care of yourself and have enjoyment and fulfillment outside of work as well. So yeah, that's just my 2 cents on all of this and what I've been feeling and thinking recently and reflecting on. I don't know if any of you can relate, or if maybe some of you completely disagree. I don't know. But that's how I've just been feeling, just like stuck in this unhealthy cycle and just exhausted. And I mean, I think it also is the priorities that I have, and that also make it hard because I do prioritize time with my friends. And so immediately when I come home from work, I go straight to my friend's house, and then I'm there till late at night, and then I don't get as much sleep as maybe I could have got if I just stayed home, made a good meal, and went to bed early. And that's just something that I need to balance out, but it's all a learning process. It is all a learning process. And I feel like I kind of get stuck in this kind of rut and this, ungroundedness, you guess you could say, every summer, just because it is like a transition period for me. It's just a little few months out of my life where I'm like, okay, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm just waiting for the next part of my life, the next stage. And so I just, because it's extended this year, I felt more stuck in it. And honestly, there is another part of me, because it is a transition. It's a different transition than I'm used to as well. Because now I've graduated and I am also grieving. I think I've grieved a lot this summer. Like, this is my summer of grief, fully. I've grieved so many different things these past few months, and I do want to make a note that, like, grieving is not just a loss of, say, a family member or a pet. It's not that kind of loss. It can be from a friendship breakup, a grief of expectations that you had, grief from your past self, grief from the self you thought, identities that you had. It could be grief of, a life that you had and now you're changing. Your life is constantly changing, so you're constantly having to grieve these changes in life. And there's been a lot of different changes in my life recently, so I've been grieving a lot of these different areas of myself. And I think I've discussed this in a past episode recently, maybe about, grieving my athletic self, because now I have shed that part of myself as I graduated also from track and field. I mean, I might still do it, but not at such an elite level as I have been the past 8 years. So just grieving that part of myself, and then grieving certain expectations I had for this summer and different like relationships as well that I've had to have left all this past summer as well. So that was kind of the beginning of the summer when I was grieving. And now that I'm seeing all of my friends and all of my teammates go back to school, and like seeing that this time, like I would have normally been doing this the past 4 years, like I would have been doing this and then going to these events and, all of this different stuff. I have been really, really, really grieving, that life that I had at college, that life that I had at school. And it's been so hard for me to just know that, like, I'm not there anymore. That I'm not going to school there anymore, that I'm not with those people anymore, that I'm not surrounded by those people anymore. I don't have practice to go to every day. I don't have classes to go to. Well, I will soon anyways. But right now I don't have classes to go to every day. I'm not on that campus. I'm not even in that country anymore. And it's a lot to take in. And I think it was something that I hadn't fully processed until more recently, because now everyone is going back, and it is that time of year where, like, I'm typically not in my hometown during these months, but right now I am, and it's really odd for me, really odd. And just knowing how happy and how fulfilled I was at school, and I was doing things that I enjoyed so much. The life I was living at school was definitely fulfilling me, and knowing that right now I'm not living a life that is fulfilling me makes it really, really hard to, grasp and come to terms with. But I think also knowing that where I'm at right now is only temporary, and in a month from now, I will be in a place where I will be doing things that do fulfill me and that are the things that I do truly enjoy. But it's so interesting to see how, like, even for a short period of time, doing things that don't bring you joy and don't, fulfill you, really just make you miserable and wreck your mental health, because that's how it's been for me right now. Like, I haven't been working out either. Like, that's part of it that really is getting to me, because working out and moving my body is something that I enjoy so much. But it has also been hard to do, because every time I step on the track or I go to the gym, I just get really sad, because I'm reminded of, like, I don't have that team anymore. I'm not working out with teammates anymore. I'm not surrounded by those people anymore. I don't have a coach anymore. I'm in a different gym. I'm on a different track. And that just makes me very emotional and makes it harder to go and work out. But I also have been still pushing past that and trying to go. But, working out does make me really happy. And I haven't been able to do that and feel fulfilled in that way and feel the enjoyment of that. And that is a big piece of me as well, obviously. So not having that piece of me, I think, has also really been fueling this uncomfort and this ungroundedness that I have been experiencing. But as I was saying as well, I am excited for the new chapter of my life. And there is a new chapter of my life that I am going to be entering so soon. And that is so exciting and is something that I am looking forward to so much. But with that, I do want us to get into a conversation about this all, of how two emotions or multiple emotions can coexist at once. Like right now, I'm grieving my past life, but I'm excited for my new life, and I'm uncomfortable in my current situation. And I'm feeling a variety of emotions, even just towards the future. I'm so excited, yet I'm so nervous, yet I'm so stressed and anxious. Like, there's 4 emotions right there that I'm feeling all about one thing. And that's okay. And some of them are good, happy, exciting emotions. Other of them are uncomfortable and not as easy to sit with. but they can coexist. And that is something that I'm trying to come to accept a lot more recently, because, sometimes, because I was getting confused, I'm like, how can I grieve something but yet feel so excited for something else? Like, how can I just be so sad that I left this life, but just so excited for my new life? Like, I'm sad about this, but I'm excited about this. And how can I feel both at the same time? But that's just human emotion. It is truly human emotion. And you can feel multiple different emotions at once about one situation. Maybe you had an experience that was really great and you did enjoy, but you're also really sad that your best friend wasn't there to experience it with you. That doesn't take away the value and the enjoyment from the situation. It doesn't. And I think that's a beautiful thing to really understand and realize, is that even though you're feeling one thing, a different emotion does not take away from the value of that other emotion. Just because I am grieving my past does not take away the excitement and the value and the beautifulness of the excitement that I'm feeling for my future. I can still be excited. I can still feel happy and proud of myself for having those opportunities while grieving. Don't let that shame, don't let that discomfort, don't let that anger, don't let that sadness take away from all of the other feelings that you're feeling as well. And if it is sadness and anger and discomfort and everything else, all these different ones, those all can coexist. They all can coexist at once. And if you feel comfortable with it, explore all those different emotions. Explore them. And if a lot of them feel too heavy and uncomfortable to explore, that's okay. But if there is a little bit of excitement, I know I was talking to my therapist about this a few weeks ago, of how I'm having this grief and this nervousness and this anxiousness and stress, but also excitement right now, and especially around my future. She was like, okay, well, let's focus on the excitement. Why don't you get excited? Like, yes, you could be anxious. Obviously, that's going to come up, but feed into the excitement. And she was like getting me to like research and Google map like where I was going to be walking and like different places I can go, and just getting excited about where I'm going to be living, what I'm going to be doing, and like look more into it so I can fully just like get excited about it and feed into that excitement. And it's okay that anxiousness will still be there. I'm not diminishing or pushing away those other feelings. I'm just feeding more into those feelings that I do more so want to be feeling, like that excitement and like that joy and that pride. Feed into those ones a little bit more if you want to, because it is so easy to feed into the anxiousness. It's so easy to feed in to the uncomfortable feelings and the nervousness. It's so easy to get your brain spiraling about those things and going down that rabbit hole. It is a lot harder to like feed into the excitement and the joy and the fulfillment and the pride. But just try to challenge yourself to. And like I was saying earlier, maybe you had a really good time at this event, but you're really sad that your best friend wasn't there. That's okay. Grieve the fact that she wasn't there. But be grateful and reflect on how good that experience was and be like, oh my gosh, I had actually so much fun. I did have a lot of fun. And I'm excited to do that again. And maybe I can do it again another time with her or with them, whoever your best friend is, But be okay with having multiple emotions at once and knowing that they can all coexist within you at once. And it is okay to feel all these different emotions. We are human beings. It happens. It does. But yeah, I think that is all I have to share with you today. I hope you got something away from this episode. I hope it made you reflect a little bit on your life and your emotions and how you've been doing recently. But please take care of yourselves. Please choose yourself first and take care of your own well-being and your emotions. You're seen, you're loved, you are heard. I'm here for every single one of you whenever you need. 24/7 always. My DMs are open. I send you all so much love and light today and always. Have an amazing rest of your week, my loves. Bye.